My name is Niamh Pattwell and I'm the module coordinator for a seminar thought module, A Book of Kings. Now that's a Book of Kings with a question mark. So I'm essentially talking about one manuscript known as, very funny name, the Auchinleck manuscript, called after its collector. That's the only reason that it has that fancy name. And you'll find it in the National Library in Scotland. Now it's quite a big book, so we're actually only going to look at 4 texts in that manuscript. But we'll take our time looking at those 4 texts, and each of those 4 texts will deal with the question of kingship in some form or other. Kingship in relation to marriage and the need for a wife, kingship and how to become a hero, how to become an established king, kingship and patronage and identity and lineage and dynasty and all those kind of questions. But I also want to introduce another element in this module, because part of medieval literature is the fact that it's produced in manuscript form. It's handwritten texts, and very often it's produced in a way that is completely alien to our contemporary understanding of book production. So you're talking about somebody who's gone to the trouble of preparing sheep, cows, lambs, whatever it happens to be, so it's a very valuable book for that reason. It may go through the hands of a scribe, it may go through the hands of a decorator, it may go through the hands of a binder, a collector even. There's no guarantee that the book that we found, that we have now in the library is as it was intended to be originally. Somebody may have put it together in a very piecemeal fashion. So I want to look at those questions as well. So I'll be introducing you a little bit to the fancy word codicology. Okay, but don't be put off by that. It's simply understanding a little bit about how the script of the book can help us to date it, how the language of the book might help us to place where it originated. It might tell us a little bit about who owned the book, whether it was a commissioned work or whether it was something that kind of came together in a piecemeal fashion. So we'll be working from 2 angles. We'll be looking at the texts and what it tells us about maybe the idea of national identity and dynasty at that time, which is the beginning of the 14th century. But at the same time, we'll be using those questions to learn a little bit about the history of manuscript and text production in the Middle Ages.